Good morning. This is the second time I've pre-written a speech. Last year I gave my first prepared speech and I thought it was very successful. When I revisited that speech in anticipation of building off the key themes, I realized that in the last year our world is different now than it was then. I didn't want to miss anything important, so I started writing this speech on March 2nd. I mean, really, how much can our world change in 6 weeks? I realized I needed to strip everything down to the basic themes. This speech, then, will explore the themes of gratitude, history, inspiration, and aspiration. Under gratitude, I wish to first thank those who let their names stand for election. As a self-governing profession, we need to stand up and set aside individual goals and work for the common good of our profession and the public. In all the years that I've been a member, I've been impressed with the quality of the candidates who let their names stand, and win or lose, I want you to know that you are appreciated. Outgoing members of council that I have served with, you have my gratitude. We may not have always agreed, but the decisions we made as a group were the right decisions, and I hope to carry forward the things I learned from you into this term as president. For returning and new councillors, I wish I could say that the year ahead is somehow unique or unprecedented. It is more along the lines of business as usual, with a couple of unexpected surprises thrown in. I am grateful to have a solid group to work with over the next 12 months. For history, I refer to soon-to-be past President Steve. You brought a fun style and flourish to our meetings that you used to try to hide the depth of passion you have for our profession. You can't fool us anymore under those loud shirts and disco songs. My only regret is that you didn't get the AGM you earned. These circumstances have affected us all, and you have demonstrated calm leadership and are an example to follow. No speech on gratitude or history would be complete without recognition of Bruce Clark. Several times he has had the podium and expressed his thanks to me for what he says I have done. I have known Bruce for 10 years, and I can now tell you he doesn't have a clue what he is talking about. I did nothing without his encouragement and simply followed where he led. Those times we talked, called, emailed, or drank were like a master class in professionalism, respect, and friendship. Dr. Seuss might say there was thing one and thing two. I say to the membership now that past President Bruce is clearly thing one. He is also the better-looking Bruce. For the aspirational part, Council will have a big plate for the coming year. Professional governance was a topic we cracked open in the last year. With the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen how governments have responded quickly to the needs of the public. This will put additional pressure on us as governments will expect us to be able to move equally as quickly. Governance needs to be about giving the public confidence that we are looking out for their best interests. If this means more public member involvement in our statutory committees, then we should welcome it. If this means changing our manual of standard practice adoption procedures to allow quicker changes while still putting the responsibility on the professional to use their judgment, then I say we should pursue this with passion. We should be prepared to defend our scope of practice where it is in the best interest of the public. And if government is moving, we should be in the car with them and take our turn at the steering wheel. And when the public interest is not being served, we need to use the same passion and drive to stop and say, no, this is not the right path. Article 1 of the Code of Ethics puts the public on the same level as the client and the profession. The public has earned the right to be there and should be treated as such. I want to use this part of the speech to leave the inspirational message. In December, there was a plumbing problem in my home. Not being a plumber, I called an appropriate company for help. The problem was fixed for $300 by the judicious application and use of a stick. In February, I needed to acquire the Alberta tartan vest for the now cancelled President's Ball. The tailor I went to was highly recommended and, according to their signage, specialized in bespoke tailoring. I had to look up bespoke, and it refers to tailoring of the highest quality. For this, I paid $300. Michael Thompson from Lethbridge and I share a common interest in poker. If I make a $300 bet, he must figure out what I'm doing. Am I trying to bluff? Am I trying to induce a call? Am I floating to get a free card? Am I trying to set up a situation to make a sophisticated play? Michael is experienced enough to understand what situation is most likely and will act accordingly. What do these stories have in common? The public must analyze what we are doing to determine what is most likely happening to them. Some of you offer your services to a bespoke quality. Some of you are plumbers with sticks. Some of you think you are offering a bespoke service. You are not. You are plumbers with sticks. Some of you know that to fix a problem, sometimes you need to get the stick out of the truck. But the public feels that they have received bespoke service. The public is sophisticated enough to understand the differences in what we are doing and how we serve. If we want to continue to have the trust of the public to exercise our scope of practice, to set our own standards, to guide our profession further into this century, we all need to strive to offer more. If we are perceived simply as plumbers with sticks, then the light at the end of the tunnel just might be the freight train. If our first and foremost concern is ourselves and our livelihoods, and if we continue to leave the public out of our discussions, we run the risk of being treated no different than plumbers with sticks. My message of inspiration is to be better than you think you are. The public expects it of us.